Hi, this is Desmond Child, and you're listening to Tom and Zeus on Shout It Out Loudcast.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
This is James Simmons.
Put that cookie down.
Kiss.
Stop pressing the button.
Star Brother Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does?
Stop shouting.
He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the kiss cards.
Is that a positive thing? Okay.
All right.
I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow.
Why? Why do that to the fan?
Stop it.
Why? Because fuck them. That's why.
What are you talking about?
617-525-08. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss?
Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 284, member profile time. And this one, Tom, is Tommy Thayer, SIOL, Biography.
I thought you already did an episode on the spaceman. Of course, I had to start off like that, you know.
That was last year, Ace. Okay? That
Sorry.
was on you. This one is on Tommy. Okay?
I know. I figured I'd get it out of the way because, of course, there's going to be a lot of that this week. But fuck them.
Yeah, feedback is going to be interesting.
It will be. But
anyway, Tom, last week we had the great Matt Pinfield on our show, and these are usually pretty hard to come up with whole questions, but we did come up with something. So what do we got?
Yep. So, of course, anytime we do an interview, we always ask you what your favorite part of the interview is. Of course, no wrong answers on this. So the options were him singing songs with the band, him being a fan since the 74 debut album, him being involved with the Second Coming Home video, or his role in MTV Unplugged. Of course, all awesome things, but 42% of you picked him singing with the band, which, of course, was an absolutely unbelievable story. 26% of his involvement in MTV Unplugged, 14% in Second Coming, and 18% as a fan since the debut album. A lot of people really just dug that interview, as we did as well. Let's see what we got for some Twitter comments here. Hiss Nerd says, I am still stunned by his description of practicing with the band. What an unforgettable moment for a Kiss fan. Oh, yeah, and you could just tell by Matt's way of telling that story how just enthralled he was with it, and we were too, listening to him. So amazing stuff. And then some episode specific comments here. Our buddy Wally Vidal, great stuff. I met him at an Eve 6 concert in Austin. He is like a walking Wikipedia article whenever you look up a band's discography. What a legend. Thanks, guys, for the episode. Our good buddy Steve Warsap. Well done, guys. Yet another great interview to add to the list. Always good to hear people's stories about Kiss and their history with our band. These interview episodes seem to fly by. Hearing their interactions with the band is incredible. Keep up the incredible work. You guys rock. And let's wrap up Twitter with Swede in New York. Our buddy Swede that we met in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I like this. The Destroyer question was brilliant. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, and I'll give credit. That was a good question that Zeus finally got in.
A couple people picked up on that.
They did. But it was.
I was trying to get it in.
Yep. That's okay. But that's what we got for Twitter. That's what we got for Twitter this week.
Breathe, buddy. Yeah. Breathe.
Take a breath. Take a breath. We love you, buddy.
It's all right.
Yep.
Tom,
that's Twitter.
Over on the Book of Face, we have Bob Reedy says, Big Get. He is a legend. Raymond Gallus. Oh, my God. Maddie Love. Can't wait to listen. Kevon Japson.
Uh-oh.
Giggity.
Absolutely love this interview. Of all the guests you guys have had over the years, Matt seems like he'd be the coolest to hang out with or just meet. The story of him playing with Kiss is mind-blowing. I like the grunge talk, too. He definitely can talk. Gonna buy his book now. And, and I told him, I think he's still talking right now as this is going on. And then he's the one that wrote it. I was happy you finally got your destroyer question in at the end and a bunch of laughing emojis there.
Yep.
Yeah, it took me some time to get that in. Scott Greer says the hits just keep on coming. Another great guest. Vince Fasano. What a great episode. This was my favorite guest episode. Second only to Bruce Kulick, 186 and 230.
Wow.
The insights about Kiss were fantastic. I especially love the STP core story. I initially started listening to your show because of my obsession with all things Kiss, but I also enjoy when you cover grunge.
Woohoo!
Rock on, brothers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're definitely bringing Matt back for like a 90s grunge episode. We could have just carried on forever with him.
Yeah, Vince, you need to talk more and contribute more. We love that you love grunge.
Yes, absolutely.
Carl Kramelmeyer dug the Farm Club show he hosted with the up-and-coming bands. I didn't even know it, so I'm glad.
Yep.
Over on Loudcasters, he actually had a big conversation there about the same thing. The great Gary Kapp, Hall of Famer. Gary Kapp. Gary's still trying to get a connecting flight back to Buffalo.
Angry Airplane Gary.
Fantastic interview.
Sorry, go ahead.
Every Kiss fan's dream to sing or play with the band. He got to do it.
Yeah.
Bobby Kenner. Amazing interview, fellas. I was a huge fan of his from the 90s, like you guys. His love of Kiss and rock music still shows after these years. One of the best Kiss introduction albums, I've ever heard. This story from the studio during the Psycho Circus rehearsal was mind-blowing.
That really, I mean, in retrospect, that really was insane.
Yeah. The great Tim Mangione. Tim runs one of the most insane O.J. Simpson trial memorabilia site. He is a walking O.J. encyclopedia. You guys got to find his social media accounts and hook up with him. Tim is great. Tim is the connection we have with Matt. Yep. And he's just, I don't know if there's anybody he hasn't had a photo with. Tim
is he related to Chuck Mangione, the famous horn player from the 70s?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah,
is he cool in the gang?
No, he's not.
Get down on it.
Do you want to get down?
On it.
Or get up.
Get your back off the wall. Safe music, Tom. Safe music.
I'm not racist. I like Kool and the Gang.
What are you talking about? I play my Kool and the Gang loud.
We play
John
Celebration. the whitest dance song in the world. Celebration.
They are the best. I love Kool.
I love Kool and the Gang too.
It's a celebration.
Fresh is the best song. Oh, dude, fresh as a summer breeze. What's he talking about?
She ain't too fresh.
What's he talking about? Ooh, fresh as a summer breeze.
I'll tell you who he's not talking about. He ain't talking about Shout It Out Loudcast character Fish.
It's fish. It's so fish.
It's fishy.
She's so fishy. What are we doing right now? I'm sorry.
So fishy to me.
All right.
Fish. Fishy. Barracuda breath.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, forget it. God almighty. Imagine if we did the show drunk, what would happen? We're stone cold sober right now.
Fish. Anyway, John Whiteman. Another week, another out of the park interview. There are very few people like Matt that have such a wealth of knowledge and firsthand experience with the music that's been an important part of my entire life. And you guys keep finding them and talking to them about stuff I want to hear. That would be amazing on any show, but you guys continually ice the cake with sidetracks about Ace's fecal incontinence and random pop culture references that I only thought I knew. Chef's kiss.
Having a real hard time in the shed. It's been 100 degrees and the humidity. It's like a mud pit in here.
It smells like fish's underpants after 2 weeks.
Oh, God. People thought I was herding cattle and all the manure over here. Terrible.
Hey, Tom, what do you want me to empty this bucket? I just been walking down the street and putting it down the sewer pipe. I don't know if that's allowed. And somebody yelled at me, "Hey, man, you can't shit over there." Gee, sorry. I'll wipe that up later.
I'm used to guys saying, "Oh, there he is," thinking I'm a star, but now they go, "There he is, the guy with the shit bucket." Oh, jeez. How the mighty have fallen.
Well, where's the bread line? I need to take a shit.
Well, we're going to do an episode on the breadline guy tonight, so if we ever get there.
Good Lord. Michael Murphy, great interview. Wish you had gone another 2 hours. Dark Matter. The urgency of verses.
Yeah, I loved hearing him gush about that album. Oh, so good.
Michael Galante, wow, love the interview. Although it was basically Matt speaking without pausing for breath for 50 minutes. Good job squeezing your questions in. Yeah, I mean, as much as we love those, we want to ask him some stuff, and we're like,
The funniest thing is that I actually had like a checklist of bullet points I wanted to get to.
Good luck.
No, but he got to them without me even asking him.
Yeah. Good call.
He just took, and when you got a guest like that, just let it go. Just let him run.
Oh, it was just awesome. I was just fucking fascinated listening to this stuff.
Me too. Yeah.
Tom over on YouTube. Francis Cesar something. Love this channel. I want my MTV when they played metal. Oh, we all do.
We all do.
And then Patrick 2420. I don't know how he knows this is our fucking thing.
Okay.
But Tom, he put this down. Musachias? And then he wrote Musachias.
What's your name?
My name is John.
John what?
John Musacha.
Isacha?
Yes, that's right, sir.
Isacha. Okay.
You have no idea, since college, Tom and I have been doing that obscure line from like the Jerky Boys things. What's your name? My name? John. John what? John Musachias. Musachias? And he goes, and he under his breath says it back. Musachias.
Because it's like you could tell he's like writing it down. He's trying to like spell it out. Musachias.
Who's your helper? Oh, the helper's not your son, is it? Because the last guy I worked with, I fucked him up. You hear me? I fucked him up good. John, I'll be the one asking the questions.
Those calls were the best.
Where did he? I just want to know. Have we done Musachias on this show before?
We definitely mentioned it,
dude. That little stupid. It has no bearing on any of the fucking Jerky Boys. It is such an obscure. That is the deep cut.
I was just going to say that is the deepest of deep cuts for Shout It Out Loudcast. Reference on that.
Tom and I, you have no idea, since college.
Oh yeah,
doing that stupid line, which is a throwaway line in the fucking old comedy prank things. John what? John what? John Musachias.
Musachias.
And then he goes,
Musachias. Yeah. Stupid.
John Musachias. Oh, God. Tom, that's what I got. Back to you, brother.
All right. Let's see what we got here on Instagram this week. Junior Vintage, congrats on your sobriety, Matt, and going 4 years strong. Another jam-packed episode with more eye-opening stories of singing with Kiss at rehearsal and helping STP get radio airplay for Core back in 92. T&Z, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but job well done, boys. Frozen Tears Official, which is obviously the page for our buddy Thanos Akratides, his amazing band. Check those guys out, Frozen Tears. What a great interview, guys. Matt Pinfield was nothing short of brilliant in your interview, a true, genuine fan and some memorable stories. Have seen many of his interviews in the past, but it's something special when real Kiss fans share their stories. Yes. And then Songbird0728 did a couple of high five, metal horns up, flames emojis, which is always cool. So thank you for that. And let's get over here to a couple of emails. We got a lot of emails and comments, but we got a lot of emails from a couple of you guys with comments and photos from the quarantine show. So huge shout out and thank you to all those who went to the show, took pictures, and shared that with us. Very cool. So appreciate that, definitely. We got one here from our buddy Trent Bally. As a younger Kiss tard, I had no idea who Matt Pinfield was, except for Zeus referring to him as, well, I don't remember that, but as you guys so often do, your questions and discussions made the episode captivating. I'm sure it doesn't hurt when you have a guest like Matt or Tracy a couple of weeks ago who just wants to talk for as long as you'll have them. I was laughing at the end when he just kept going on different tangents, but you gotta love it. My favorite part was hearing him talk about jamming with Gene, Ace, and Peter. What a pipe dream that would be for all of us Loudcasters. To have Gene singing backup vocals, to have Peter suggest, "Do you love me?" so that he could have that drum vocal verse first with you, and to have the infamously lazy Ace tell you that you lit a fire under his ass. Wow, that's some incredible shit. Trent, it really was. Mark Bomer, TNZ, another great episode, gentlemen. Matt Pinfield was an incredible get to your already burgeoning lists of gets. Matt is a force of words, amazing stories, and positive energy. Few things give me greater joy than listening to someone who is not only self-realized, but also finds a second gear in life that only renews his sense of purpose and happiness. Matt certainly communicated that in droves. And then Mark continues with a bunch of other incredible comments that he shared with us about the interview. Some great stuff here. Guys, that was truly an exercise in restraint on your part, and my hat is off to you for simply letting the interview breathe and allowing Matt to riff one great story and reflection after another. Thank you, and keep up the great work. Well, we appreciate the fact that you guys recognized what was happening there, and it came out great, and we're thrilled that you enjoyed it as well. And we're going to finish up feedback with an email from our old friend and longtime supporter, the great Craig Moran. Another home run, fellas. I listened to this episode appropriately enough on my way home from the Jersey Shore on Sunday. What an awesome guest. And so refreshing to have someone like him who can speak about his career and not start off every sentence with, "I did this," and "I did that." He spoke with such genuine enthusiasm and appreciation for everything he's been able to do. He doesn't sound like he's reading off of a list of achievements. No bragging at all. I could have listened to him for another 3 hours, and how many people can say they were Paul Stanley for an afternoon? Sounds like he's in a great place in his life. Such an enjoyable episode. As always, can't wait for the next one. You guys are great. Craig, you have been such a great supporter of us, whether it's sending us DMs or emails, but supporting us and always getting what Shout It Out Loudcast is about. And we appreciate the kind words for this episode, and everything you said about Matt is spot on. So, Craig, my friend, you are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
Thanks, Craig. You've been around for a while, buddy. Much appreciated. Love the OGs of Shout It Out Loudcast.
Great stuff.
Tom, what we do next is we give a shout out and thanks to our Patreon family. Patreon is where you guys come and help out the show. You give us a monetary contribution to help the show grow, and in turn, you get perks back, and they depend on which tier that you join. We have 4 different tiers, 4 different prices, 4 different perks back. Amongst the stuff you guys get is merch, video chats, involvement in the show, poll questions, the conversation that's on the Patreon page, ARC involvement, March Madness involvement, tons of stuff. And it's more, and it helps the show grow. It's a huge help to us continuing the success of Shout It Out Loudcast. And that's why we appreciate what you guys do for us. And that's why we put in the time and effort and work that it takes to make this show fresh and current every week, because we want to give back to you guys for helping us. So thank you to all our Patreon family. And if you want to become a member of the Patreon family, please go to shoutitoutloudcast.com. Right on the landing page is a Patreon link. Click on that. Look at the tiers, find one that suits your preferences, and then sign up and come and help the show and join in the fun. Thank you to all our Patreon family members, and thank you for considering, and come join the fun.
Patrons, you guys rock. Thank you so much for everything you do, all the contributions, whether you're brand new to the family, you've been there since day one. We are so grateful for everything you do. So please check us out if you're interested in joining our amazing family. Patreon.com, download the app and search for us, or click on the link on our website. And thank you again. You guys rock.
Tom, what we do next is we go over to Kiss World and talk about what's going on there. Anything?
A couple little things here. Spotify announced, or Kiss announced, that I Was Made for Loving You just hit 1 billion streams, the first Kiss song to do so. So that's an achievement for them. They can now they can now buy a large sub at Jersey Mike's with the money they're going to get from that.
I believe they make about $3 to $5 million off that, off 1 billion plays.
Yeah.
Do you know how fucking ridiculous that is? If you're telling me as an artist that fucking shouldn't be higher, that's ridiculous. A billion plays and you only make $3 million. Oh my God. Anyways, go on. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay. And then our buddy Gene and his band played at Rock and Brews in Milwaukee on July 3rd. Kind of an interesting set list. I'll run through this here. Deuce, Shout It Out Loud, I Love It Loud, Are You Ready? And then he covered Zeppelin with Communication Breakdown, covered Van Halen with House of Pain, which was actually the Gene Simmons demo version from the 70s, Parasite, Weapons of Mass Destruction, a Gene song, War Machine, covering Motorhead with Ace of Spades, Calling Dr. Love, Cold Gin, and Rock and Roll All Night. I'll take it. We need him around here. I want him to keep doing this. We were so lucky that we saw him last May in Vegas. I want to do it again. I want him to come around closer. But we'll see what we can get with that. And
there's a nice article about Bruce in Guitar World.
Yep.
Paul did a nice video talking about his many guitars and the stories and histories behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy's taking some videos and pictures of him at a beach, looking like he's having fun. And that's all that's going on. You know what? And it's interesting, Tom, because I wanted to make a point to talk about this. We've had a few people reach out to us.
Yeah.
And say to us that they thank us, Tom, because we keep things fresh over here.
Yeah.
And that we haven't just kind of now just thrown in the towel and given up on coming up with anything creative or original or new, or just, hey, let's just fucking talk about Kiss for the 1 millionth time.
Right.
We've had a couple people reach out and talk about it, and we're not going to name names of other shows. And
No.
But they've come to us and be like, dude, I can't listen to any of these, a specific show. And it's not always the same show, but like, oh, these people, like, they've given up. It's fucking boring. It's fucking, I can't do it. How do you guys do it? Manage to keep it and stuff. It's because, like we said, when we were talking about our Patreon page, we keep things fresh for you. You got to, before I even say this comment, I must say this. How many people, Tom, have reached out to us that have started podcasts that listen to our show?
A lot. And we take
How many have we helped?
And we take that honor very, very, like, that is a huge thing that we take very seriously, that we're grateful for. We're not listening. Yeah, look at us. We're proud of that and honored that people look at our show as kind of a little guiding light to start their own. I want to do this.
These guys look like they're having fun. They know what they're fucking doing, this and this and that.
Yep.
So we've had a ton of those people come on and talk to us, and we've helped a lot of those people get their stuff started and stuff. And we hope they succeed and find fun in what they're doing. Look, none of us are making millions off of this shit. Just go and have fun and be original and stuff. It's just interesting because a lots of times we still get the fucking, how the fuck do they do it? What the fuck are they doing?
Yep.
We say the same things. Good topic, good sound, and good chemistry.
That's it.
You have to have all three. You can't be missing anything.
Yeah. And I laugh all the time. And I don't want to say I laugh because that sounds like I'm kind of like mocking or whatever, but I see these things online, like these YouTube videos or like these articles about how to grow your podcast audience and different tools and techniques that you can do to do this and that. Look, if you are not creating interesting, provocative, engaging content with humor, with chemistry, with conversation, there is no tool or tip or trick that is going to grow your audience. It's not going to happen. And I can tell you right now, the thing that makes me so proud of this show is that me and Zeus were two Kiss fans who had been friends for 30 years who said, we're talking about this all the time. Let's turn on the microphone and hit record and see where we go. And you guys out there who are listening right now, you are part of where we are today. This doesn't happen without you. And the fresh ideas, the recurring topics that we do, member profiles, talking about
we plan this shit out. It's our sixth one.
We plan this out.
Season 1. Then we're going to do a different member every year and talk about this shit. To me, what I find like kind of, and it's not one of my place to fucking criticize others and stuff. It's like, do you not have respect for your audience? You think you just turn it on, people are just going to fucking, we didn't put any effort into it, but just listen to us. For what? For what? What are you fucking doing? Nothing. Yep. You're just shooting the shit. Look, Kiss podcast, there's a floor. Everybody has it. If you have a Kiss podcast and you talk about fucking jeans cod pieces, you're still getting at least 500 listeners a month.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But guess what?
Of course.
You ain't growing that shit.
Right.
Because everybody can get that. And that's nothing. But if you enjoy that and that's all that matters to you, that you have a place to have that release, that's great. But don't sit there and wonder, how the hell are these guys doing it? Or this and that. Because it's not fucking entertaining. You took Kiss and made it boring.
Which is like an absolute, it should be like the 8th wonder of the world to take Kiss and make it boring.
Yeah, it's just, there are certain things that we've done and we've stuck to and we've had our fucking identity. And it just, the stuff I see or hear that other shows have done, especially ones that have been around for years, and then they wonder how the fuck we blew by them. Why the fuck do you think it is?
Yep.
I mean, fucking A. Show your audience some respect. Come up with some fucking new. It's fucking pathetic. It's boring. Nobody cares. Do something different. You don't fucking, it doesn't take that much effort. Or maybe you just don't have it, and maybe you just don't care. You have your 500 listeners a month. You hang out with your buddies, fucking, that's it.
Well, I was just going to say, and that's the thing. Like, if you're doing this for, to entertain yourself, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. But none of this is a coincidence. I'll just end it at that. None of this is a coincidence, and none of it's an accident. I'll just put it like that.
No. And it's one of those things that we will not stop. As soon as we come up with what do you want to do this week? No, let's just hit record. Once we start doing that, the show will be done in a week or two. Yep. We won't go more than 2 more episodes. That's it. If you don't have the passion or interest to fucking put out something that you are proud of, or that you think people will like, ain't fucking worth doing it. It ain't.
Agreed.
One last thing before we turn it over and go to our topic, Tom, and that is our Loudcasters page.
Yep.
Not so much bitching about stupidity or something like that, but there are a lot of
housekeeping. It's a little housekeeping.
People post stuff from other fucking pages and sites. For me, I'd be pissed if I'm those other fucking sites. We don't really want them. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, Tom. I don't need fucking other Ace sites. Here's a fucking Ace site and they have a photo of Ace and then you post it on here. No, unless it's breaking news of some sort or something interesting, put up your own original shit. Otherwise, we're just going to start declining it. I don't need to see fucking photos of the same old shit unless you put the photo up and you have a conversation piece that you want to say. Hey, you know what? I saw this photo, but I never remembered Ace wearing this. This is an 81. How the fuck is he wearing? Like, that's a question that makes it interesting. But just putting photos up of stuff, I'm sorry. Like, I'd rather have quality than quantity on our show. I hate fucking scrolling through Loudcasters and going through 20 shit that has like 5 fucking likes and like no comments, and then waiting to get to the main topic ones that have a ton of shit on there and a ton of comments. I'm just going to clean that up. Don't take offense to it. Just some of the stuff aren't going to get posted.
I agree. And, sharing things from other sites like that, to me, that doesn't make sense to me in a group.
Yeah.
If and there's this, I'm not going to name names, and I'm not going to say if they are a man, woman, friend, or patron or Loudcast, but there is a particular individual where all they do is post pictures of Ace with no comment, no nothing. And I know for a fact that this person doesn't listen to the show because there is zero interaction with us other than pummeling Loudcasters with pictures of Ace.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point, like Zeus said, where it's a housekeeping cleanup issue. We have almost 13,000 members in the group, which is wonderful. And we want to keep it engaged. We don't want it just to be like, scroll. There's a picture of Gene spitting blood. There's a picture of Ace shooting things from his guitar. There's a picture of Paul standing there singing I Stole Your Love. There's got to be more. You can find that on kissonline.com.
Yeah. We want this quality, not quantity. Interesting conversation, fun pieces, hilarious shit,
but the
stuff that's show related.
But the ironic thing is, I guarantee you, half of the culprits don't even listen to our show.
No, but the ones
I know
that
some of them do.
it. Like, I don't need a fucking soupy sales fucking skit put on our show. I found this thing funny. I don't give a fuck if you did.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if you're a listener, non-listener, or Patreon, non-Patreon. We're just going to clean it up a little. That's all.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree. So if you're listening and things start getting declined, it's not because we're being assholes, which we are anyways. We're just trying to clean up the page and just that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah. And so before you put a picture up from a different site, think about it. Are these guys going to allow this?
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So
anyway, Tom, let's take a quick little break and find out if Ace is going to jump in and help us with this Tommy Thayer biography and give us some points. Tommy Thayer, that guy, he's in the breadline. He can't make it to talk about on himself on the show. He ain't a superstar like me.
Okay, so we're back, and the ironic thing is that Ace was working at the breadline. I mean, he's not even looking for, but he's actually got a job there now.
Hey,
so
thanks for shopping here. Panera Bread, come back soon. Tom, we've done 5 previous member profiles. These are always a lot of fun.
Yep.
We talk about the member, and then eventually we take their songs from Kiss, and we come up with 10 songs that we think that symbolizes them, whether they wrote it, played on it, performed on it, whatever. So
yeah, and these are the kind of episodes too where we can make a new Spotify playlist, because me and Zeus are going to have a different list here, and we always like to make those Spotify playlists for you guys.
Yeah, we've done in the past Ace, Bruce, Eric Singer, Mark St. John, and Peter Criss. Now we're doing Tommy Thayer.
Mm-hmm.
So our good buddy Tommy Thayer, who couldn't have been nicer when we met him in person.
One of the friendliest guys ever. Super cool.
He's 63 at this point, Tom. November 7th, 1960.
He looks amazing for his age. He looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think he looks the most normal looking of the members right now.
Because I don't think I mean, I could be way off, and I've never really gotten like super close to. We met him, but it was in the crowd of the restaurant in Vegas and everything. He doesn't look like he's had any work done to him.
Yeah,
he looks like he's aged.
Fit.
He looks right. He looks like he's aged like a guy would age. He just looks good. He's fit.
He's fucking tall as hell.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
So if you let for shits and giggles, if you go through and you're like walking down the street and you see people are normal looking, Eric Singer's a little guy.
Oh,
little guy. Gene with that fucking hairdo.
Oh my God.
All right. And then you got the crooked man. On some days you're like, oh, Paul looks good. And then other days,
it's like, oh God,
Picasso painting.
She's a Two-Face. Picasso painting.
Yeah. And then you got Vinny, no comment. Bruce, who looks good, but he's
Bruce looks
trying to
good.
get the Gene hairdo look.
Well, and Bruce is older than Tommy, so he's getting
exactly.
So he's getting
But he's always been in great shape too. Good guy, but he's got the little bit of the Gene hairdo going. But God bless him, at least he's got it.
Yep.
And then you have Peter, who just looks like an old grandmother. God bless him too.
Oh yeah.
And am I missing anybody? And then then you got me. I'm the good-looking one.
You saved the best for last. Thank God. I look like the only thing holding me up is a coat hanger and a pair of something, a string or something. I can't even stand up.
My pigeon toe look is just so sexy. What can you
I'm on
say?
stage. I'm like I'm fucking marionette standing there with my guitar.
But I think that's all the members. Am I forgetting anybody?
No.
Nope, I think that's everyone. God bless Eric Carr, who looked normal with big fucking hairdo, and Mark St. John, good Lord. Look like a fucking ball splitter.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do with that? But anyways, Tommy, guy born and kind of grew up in Oregon. Not many people that I know from that area. And his dad, I know he was the son of a military guy. So his dad was like some big leader and a brigadier general.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's about as big as it gets almost.
Yeah. And so if you think about it, right, he must have had that disciplined, hard work ethic installed in him. And I think that shows more than anything, which is part of his repertoire when you think of it, when he did all those like fucking miscellaneous gigs for Kiss and jobs and stuff. Nothing was beneath him. He did everything he could, and he did the best of his ability for whatever he was given a task to do. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that kind of sticks out.
I think one thing too, I didn't mean to cut you off real quick. I think one too that's interesting is when you read all the stories about, the other Kiss members, I feel like Tommy's background is the most grounded, and for, at the risk of sounding like I'm insulting the other families, it seems like it's the most normal. He grew up with a mom and dad who cared for him and loved him and took care of him. And
I would say Eric Singer too.
Eric Singer,
his parents, his father was family.
You hear the tragic stories of Gene and his family and the stuff that Paul went through growing up with a tough life growing up and relationship issues with family and, different things. I feel like Tommy, I feel like he's where he is now, that he had that foundation of really just growing up into like a nice family, for lack of a better word.
He didn't grow up in the gangs in the Bronx like me. Oh, yeah. Peter.
Yeah. He grew up like just his dad was a friggin' army general. His mom was a classically trained musician, and he had siblings, and he just grew up and had a nice, and he didn't grow up in, like you said, in the Bronx. You know what I mean?
No, I grew up in Oregon. So
exactly.
Completely different. So then, like most kids at that age, eventually gets into high school and he starts forming garage bands and stuff. And then you hook up with dime store fucking D. Snyder there, that guy, Jamie St. James.
Dude, first of all, that's an insult to dime stores. That's an insult to.
Yeah. And they formed the band Black and Blue. And I'll never forget it. When I was young and I went to go buy an album, a cassette, and I'm like, do I buy this band Guns N' Roses or this band Black and Blue? Oh, I made the correct choice, and I took Appetite for Destruction.
So it's funny because I wanted to ask you about this. If you have any recollection or any memories of Black and Blue, you just told me
that was my only recollection.
Okay.
Seeing them in magazines. I never heard their music. I've never owned one of their albums, but I was like, oh, let me get into them, because that's how you bought out. Like if you didn't hear the album, you bought it from Circus Magazine or Hit Parader.
I think I heard of them from the magazines like we used to read, but I don't think I ever heard a single song from them until I got Sirius satellite radio back in 2008 and listening to Hair Nation. I'm like, what the hell is Hold On to 18? Black and Blue? Like, what is it? And I'm like, it's melodic hair metal. It never prompted me to go buy anything. But even then, I had no idea who Tommy Thayer was or that he was part of the band.
Yeah, I never got into them.
No, me neither.
Obviously, they released some albums. I don't think they ever hit platinum level. They may have gotten some gold albums. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, Gene comes in and produces an album. I think it's the Nasty Nasty one in 86. And then the next one after that. But by 88, the band is basically almost done, right?
I think it's funny how it's like Gene Simmons comes in, produces 2 albums, then the band broke up.
Yeah. You need to change your name to Popcorn. Stupid shit. And then the band kind of broke up, I guess. Then he does some like random gigs, I believe, around and played some sessions and things like that. But Gene must have taken a liking to him. Because then he comes in and he co-writes a couple songs on Hot in the Shade. Right? And then he goes and produces and plays guitar on some Doro Pesch's. I am Doro the Explorer.
Dude, she's hot. Yeah, she's hot. So getting back to Hot in the Shade, he played some guitar on demos. And then he played on Betrayed and Street Giveth and Street Taketh Away.
Yeah. And then now we're getting into kind of like the 90s. And obviously we've already heard that he had done some fucking tribute bands that he was in. Right? Kiss tribute bands, and people give him a hard time for that later on. Who gives a fuck? Everybody needs to earn $1. Good for him. But by the 90s now, Kiss, basically Paul and Gene, hire him for different projects, which could be the History book, eventually helping him out with MTV Unplugged, preparing for the Alive Worldwide Tour, the reunion stuff. And then that's where we get to his kind of role in just becoming anything and everything for Kiss.
Now, there is a line in his Wikipedia biography, and I have to believe, I know it's credited to Blabbermouth, but on Wikipedia, you can pretty much do whatever you want. I gotta believe that this was added in here by somebody from the Ace cult. Because in Tommy Thayer's bio, it says he was hired to work on the forthcoming book, History. Thayer's work for Stanley and Simmons began by performing tasks such as painting Stanley's house and cleaning Gene Simmons's gutters. Why is that in his Wikipedia bio? Why?
Well, I don't care, because they're trying to minimize him.
That's
I don't
my
minimize
point.
it. Like, the kid fucking earned it. So he worked from the ground floor up and knew that the sacrifices he's making today will help him out in the future.
Absolutely. I'm 100% agreeing with you, but I just think it's petty whoever put that in there, that you got to write that he was cleaning out Gene's gutter. It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But anyways. Meanwhile,
he's sleeping
in a gutter.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And then so he starts helping him out with the reunion tour and all that. He helps him out with Second Coming. He helps out with Detroit Rock City, the movie, a Showtime pay-per-view, The Last Kiss in 2000, Second Coming. He's doing all sorts of shit. And then, as we all know, around 2002 or so, basically they're like, what the fuck is Ace doing? Just in case we need you, kind of, can you be ready for us?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
that's where it all starts.
Yeah. So just backing up just a little bit, I think the first time I really became aware of Tommy Thayer, I kind of think I heard the name a little bit, but the Second Coming DVD is when I was really kind of well aware of how heavily involved he was with the band. But yeah, you're right. 2002, Ace's involvement in the band was kind of up in the air, and they were having, Tommy was kind of, on deck if needed. And then,
that Winter Olympics thing. And I think that's when it was fine. I saw him. I said, hey, Tommy. Was that the one when he punched him, supposedly? Like, dude, Tommy Thayer would fucking destroy Ace in a fight.
It wouldn't even be fun. It would be bad.
People think that, like, Tommy is like a professional. That's one of the stars. He's not going to punch him and get into a fist fight back with him. He would fucking kill Ace.
Yeah, because Tommy is he is a professional. He is a good man. He is a good person. Sorry if that's not cool, that he's not a Bronx boy.
I punched Tommy in the face. Yeah. Good luck punching him in the face now.
Yeah.
Fucking moron.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Yep.
And so then I heard this, and this was where he got the first time. They had a private gig, and that private gig was the first time he actually wore the spaceman outfit and played.
Yep.
It was something in Jamaica or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he did like American Bandstand's 50th anniversary show, that 70s show, and all sorts of stupid shit. He started doing it.
And that was it.
Yeah. And by 2003, that's it. He's in Kiss, and he's doing the symphony orchestra with Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Peter didn't seem to have a problem with that then.
Hey, fucko! The fuck you do with that makeup on?
And then he does Rock the Nation. And then basically what ends up happening, as we all know, they finally release an album with that lineup, and they did Sonic Boom, then toured and played the same set list for the next 20 years. Yep. And in between that, they released Monster. And then all that time, he's been consistent. He's been a professional. He's done his gig. Everybody likes him. And he's put up with more fucking ridiculous shit than anybody should ever have had to do so in their lives.
I'll tell you right now, one of the great quotes by Tommy Thayer, which is another reason why I love this guy. And by the way, it's possible to like Ace and Tommy. Okay. This isn't like politics. You can do both, but I love this quote that Tommy had in an article in Guitar World back in 2020. The question was simply, what do you think your legacy will be with Kiss? Tommy says, my legacy will be a guy who came in, worked hard, and was the glue that kept the band together for a long period of time. I think the kind of character and personality that I have is that of a team player and someone who can bring people together and bind things together. Dude, how would you not want that in your fucking band? That is exactly what you want in a band. That's what you want in life, is you want somebody like Tommy Thayer on your side. And I love the guy. I don't care that he wears the makeup. I don't care that he, does whatever. He had original recordings on Sonic Boom and Monster, which I think are great. I love his singing voice. I wish he had more of an opportunity to do it. But yeah, the fake Ace shit, we've been joking for years. This is even before we met Tommy. We've been unabashed Tommy fans from the get-go. And the merciless beatings that he has been taking it's just sad.
Yeah, he's also done a lot of charity work.
Yep.
He does a lot of military stuff, sick and injured kids, military veterans, just a ton of shit. I forgot that section in Ace's page. Oh, the charity work I do. Me. That's no charity I do.
Yeah, I don't see a thing in here where Ace, tried to do something for raising money, and working with the military. I don't remember that. And did Ace also get an honorary doctorate from Pacific University?
I got an honorary doctorate on the Booze Bag University.
Where's my Grammy? Yeah, I got a Grammy. Fucking give me a break.
Anyway. One other little bit of tidbit, Tom. Do you know that Black and Blue, they had a song in the movie for Vision Quest, but it just didn't make the soundtrack?
Oh, God. Thank God.
You love Vision Quest.
What the hell song did they? Actually, you know what? I know there were a few songs that didn't make the soundtrack. I think we made
Nature of the Beach.
Oh, God. That just sounds painful. That just sounds painful.
Anyways, and one other thing is, Tommy will be there for eternity because he will be the Kiss avatar.
Yeah.
It should have been me.
That's right.
Looks.
That's right. And just speaking from the specific Kiss stuff, we talked about his contributions on Hot in the Shade. So Carnival of Souls, he co-wrote Childhood's End. Psycho Circus, he played all of the lead guitar on that album, except for Into the Void, In Your Face, and You Wanted the Best, which was performed by Ace Frehley. And then also Within, Raise Your Glasses, and Dreamin'. Those were done by Bruce Kulick. So he's been around with the band for a long time, contributing behind the scenes.
Yeah. And overall, I think he's a good guy. I think he gets more shit than he deserves.
Yeah.
And those fucking Ace cultists
Oh,
that have nothing better doing their lives than to try to torture him and then come up with like gay shit for him and Paul, like
literally gay, like homosexual memes.
I love them that these idiots go to gay sites and then switch the fucking heads and put Tommy and Paul. So who's the gay person then?
You kind of need to step back and take a look in the mirror if your hatred for Tommy Thayer has reached a point that you think making gay jokes with him and Paul are A, funny, or B, have any relevance to anything involving him.
Yeah, because the same circle jerks fucking get around and beat off to it and think that that's fucking funny.
I don't know. I know Zeus and I have ridiculous senses of humor, but not there.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he's living the best life. All you other fucking idiots are making memes at home in your basement. Dude, he's living a millionaire's life. He's banging hot chicks. He's always happy. God bless him.
And I'll tell you right now, the guy can rock cut off jean shorts like nobody else at his age too. Because when he's posting those pictures,
yeah,
he looks great. He looks great for his age. I mean, I'll just say it now,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Tom, let's get to the part which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's get 10 songs each.
Okay.
What are Tommy Thayer songs for you?
Okay.
Why don't you start this one off?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Sonic Boom or Monster, but over the years I've come to actually shockingly enjoy Monster a little bit more than I ever thought I would. And then of course some things off Psycho Circus, etc. But I'm going to start off my list with a song that you absolutely fucking hate because it starts off with a cappella, and I'm putting Eat Your Heart Out at number 10. Dude, I'm sorry. I know once you get past the acapella, I think it's a great Gene song with a great sing-along chorus. I love it.
It's horrendous throughout the whole song.
It is not.
But that beginning makes it even more horrendous.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Come on, let your backbone slip.
Dude, how many times has Gene throw that in a song in the last
and I still don't know what it means.
5 years.
I still don't get it.
5 albums. He loves to throw that fucking line in.
I don't get it, but go ahead.
Yeah. Number 10 for me, Tom, I'm going to go with the song that he has a contribution on, and that is to one of his first interactions with Kiss. And I'm going to go with The Street Giveth and The Street Taketh Away.
Love it. I think that's the true definition of a deep cut. I love it. All right. Okay, Zeus, and that's funny because that's actually my number 9 is The Street Giveth and The Street. I love that song. I think it's a good one.
I like the little acoustic in that. Ding, ding,
yeah.
Right?
Yep. I like it.
Hear.
Yep.
All right, Tom, this song has kind of grown on me, and I think Tommy fucking really rips on it.
Okay.
And that's the song I'm an Animal.
Oh, God, that is one of the worst. Oh,
it's actually, I love Gene's voice, and he does the Tommy rips on it too. His guitar work on it's great.
Maybe. I feel bad bashing a Gene song, but yuck. All right, my number 8 is, I really think, a great contribution, and I know it's exhausting hearing the spaceman, the outer space, the lightning, whatever, but I like this song, and that is Out of This World off of Monster. I really like his vocals, his singing voice. I think it's really cool.
Wow, you have it that low.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 8 for me, I'm going to go dun, 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 dun. I like it. Dun, 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 dun. I like the guitar work on it. Besides, it's a good song. Back to the Stone Age.
I know you've always loved that one. Number 7 for me, I know you're going to have this way higher because you like it way more than me, but number 7 for me is Hell or Hallelujah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's okay. I like it. I'm not crazy about it, but it's good.
All right.
He sounds great on it.
Number 7 for me, Journey of 1,000 Years.
Dear
I like
God.
his guitar work on it. I really do. I think his guitar.
Ew, that song sucks. Oh, it just never ends. It feels like you're on a journey for 1,000 years.
I don't want to hear shit from you when you have Eat Your Heart Out on this list. Okay.
Eat your heart out, baby.
Is that the part that you have it because he's part of that a cappella in the beginning?
Yes.
So it's like, oh, that Tommy, that's his vocals.
I love it. I love his work.
I love it. It's
love his work. All right. Number 6 for me is one of your all-time favorites, Psycho Circus.
Oh, pew. Although his solo is really good on that.
It's really good. It's really good. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tom, I'm going to stay with great solos. And that is the great song, which got butchered because they played it live a million times. And that's the song Say Yeah.
Okay. All
okay.
right.
Absolutely great guitar work on it. And his backing vocals on the song are great. I think it's, I think of Tommy when I think Say Yeah. I think that's why it's in the set list for the last 20 years, whatever.
Okay. It's funny. I was going to pick Say Yeah, but I thought I knew you would pick Say Yeah, and I knew you would not pick this one because you fucking hate it.
Oh, God.
Danger me, danger you, danger us. Oh, I love it. I can't
believe you get to shit on my songs when you have these crap.
What are you talking about? You get to shit on my songs too.
Guys, hold on. I've got this great lyric I want to pass on to you guys. Danger you, danger me, danger us.
It's sad, dude. That is awesome. What a great lyric.
I think Gene looked back at him and goes, and you give me shit about my lyrics.
Exactly.
Oh, number 5, it's a duplicate, and that is Hell or Hallelujah. He rips on that song.
Oh, I thought
and it's a great fucking song. Great song.
Okay. Number 4 for me is Tommy's contribution on Sonic Boom. I really think this is a catchy fucking song. He sounds great on it. And that is When Lightning Strikes.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I really like that one.
4, maybe his best solo. And that is the great opening track and single from Sonic Boom. That's Modern Day Delilah. That fucking solo.
That is seriously, I think that is one of the great solos. I agree.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's actually my number 3. That Modern Day Delilah is my number 3.
All right, Tom. This is the part where it just fucking a bar brawl just breaks out.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, number 3.
Oh boy.
Never mind the fact that I love the song.
Oh, here we go.
Anytime I talk about this song,
this is one of the worst songs in the history of recording.
His solo and his outro are so melodic and so awesome.
Go ahead.
Besides, the song is the best. Stand.
Oh my God. I was afraid of you putting this on
that
here.
Fucking song is so good.
I'll be honest with you.
Solo is so good. That outro is incredible.
You know what's funny? I don't even know what any of the solo sounds like because I don't even think I made it that far.
You're missing out.
I am not missing out.
When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Me, yuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Number 2 for me is the best song off of Monster and one of the great late era Kiss songs, and that is one of the best Paul and Gene trade-off songs ever. Old-fashioned dirty Kiss. Take Me Down Below. Oh, I love this song.
Well, we better move because I'm already wet.
Oh, that's so good. That is that
bottom or top, Tom.
It's such great old school, silly, like sexy, misogynistic, just Kiss. I love it. And it's Paul and Gene. It's great.
And it's random that it's in there.
Yeah.
Like off the last few albums and stuff. Like they weren't really doing that shit. So
Psycho Circus had none of that. That was one of the problems with that album. There was no fuck me, suck me on that album.
No.
I hated it.
Tom, number 2 is a duplicate, and that is of his 2 songs. This is slightly less, but I love it. When Lightning Strikes. You got to give it. Tommy's contribution to Kiss is a Tommy-led song. When Lightning Strikes.
Yep. Agreed. Well, number 1 for me was the easiest pick in the history of picks. And I'm so glad that he was a contributor on it. And that is.
No, I hate that this song gets brought up all the time. Go ahead.
If we had a nickel for every episode where I rank this number 1, I pledge allegiance to the state of rock and roll. The song is fucking one of the. It's probably the song we've mentioned most, maybe besides Mr. Speed.
I think if there was stock value in songs,
oh yeah,
somebody at some point would be like, how come this stock keeps increasing? This song sucks. If some fucking Kiss tard on a Kiss podcast constantly puts it on a top 10 list for fucking you name it, he puts it on there.
That is correct. And that's me. I am the guilty party. The song is amazing.
How many, somebody needs to count how many lists this fucking terrible song has made. And then every once in a while you get, yeah, I agree. I do like that song.
I do like that song.
Fuck?
That's right. I'm a pledge tard.
He stole that song from me. It was from my song, Pursuit of Rock and Roll. That song is fantastic. When I go, and Chuck Berry. Oh, God.
Hey, it's not as, I mean, what makes you more proud to be an American? I pledge allegiance to the state of rock and roll or Vinnie Vincent invasion. Let freedom rock.
Freedom rock. Oh, that sounds good.
Fucking album is amazing.
Dude, this is the fucking cheesiest fucking title since fucking For Those About to Rock, We Salute You.
Yeah, it's
stop kissing their ass.
It's pretty bad.
We salute you. Oh, okay. I'm about to rock. Oh, I salute you.
Let me salute you.
Stupid shit.
All right, give me a number one, even though I know what it is.
This is easy. Tom, you already had it as number 8. I think Out of This World is slightly better than When Lightning Strikes. I think he has a little bit more confidence in his vocal performance and delivery. I think it's a great song. I wish they played it. It's fucking stupid that they don't.
So your top 2 are actually his vocals that you're giving.
Yeah, I know it's kind of cheesy, but
no.
When I think of Tommy Thayer Kiss songs, I go to the songs that he actually sang.
Yeah,
so.
no, I get it. That's fair. No, good list. Yeah. It's funny putting this list together. I was like, Jesus Christ, maybe I'm wrong about this era. Like, I like these songs. Like, I didn't.
My 10 songs are fantastic. I would listen to this playlist all day long.
I was just gonna say, I looked at this list. I'm like, this was not a slog to get through and make a top 10 here.
Dude, I pledged fucking to shoot my brains out. Danger fucking House. Psycho Circus.
It's amazing.
And fucking Eat Your Ass Out.
Dude, you have I'm an Animal and Journey of 1,000 and Stand.
And Stand.
Stand. I just throw We Are One on here and it'll be like a suicide.
I considered that.
Yuck.
Well, this was a lot of fun. We love these things, but we're not done yet, Tom. No. You know why?
I know. We got to rank.
We have to rank him as a member. Wow. So we've done 5 previous members. Tom, you want to start from number 5 to 1? How did you rank the previous Kiss members we reviewed so far?
Yeah. So at number 5, I got Mark St. John, then Eric Singer, Peter Criss, Bruce Kulick, and Ace Frehley.
You still have Ace number 1?
I do have Ace number 1. Yeah, of course.
Over Bruce? What the fuck?
All right. So this is difficult here, okay? Because you're talking about original members. I love Tommy. I love Tommy. Okay, but I got to put him at number 4. You know, he's not better than.
Oh, but that's interesting because him and Eric are the replacement guys. You put him above Eric.
Absolutely, I put him above Eric. Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I love Tommy, but you know, there's got to be something there. So.
All right. Well, Tom, I have my top 5 going from 5 to 1. Mark St. John, Eric Singer, Ace is number 3. Bruce is 2 and Peter is 1, I think. But it's always interesting to see where we have the rest of these guys ranked. As we do this podcast, people can kind of see where we lean. It's interesting.
I agree.
For me, this is pretty easy. I am going to I can't put him above Ace. I like him as a person better than Ace. I 100% like him better as a person over Ace. But Ace's contribution to Kiss is, come on. What am I doing? I mean, it's not even a question. Okay.
Yeah, cool,
so I am putting him at 4 as well. I am putting him above Eric Singer. If you really want to consider the most important part to this, they both sang 2 songs.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Not even close which songs are better.
Right.
Tommy's is much better than Eric's, although Eric was on Revenge, which is huge.
Yep.
So, all right, Tom, that's that list. So next thing we do is we go to question of the week.
Yeah, and this one comes from longtime supporter, contributor, fan Joseph Collins. And Zeus, this one's kind of directed at you. I can give my opinion, but you're a lawyer. This is a legal question.
Oh, is it about barbecue sauce?
Close. If you were representing Ace and Peter before the reunion in 1996, would you have asked to put an option to renegotiate a new contract regarding ticket sales and merchandise? Maybe Ace and Peter could have gotten more, or did Paul and Gene say, that's all you're getting, that's it?
No, what I would have done is I would tell them, what do you honestly think this is going to do? If you believe that in the success of this reunion tour, I would do like a lot of movie stars do. Give me a piece of the profits. Give me a percentage of everything that goes across the board. Pay me less. I'm taking a gamble like you're taking a gamble. But if this really pays off, I'm going to make good money. And then obviously I'm also incentivized to keep working hard, because the harder I work and the better I do, the more money I'll make.
Performance-based.
As a paid member. It's not just performance-based. If you really believe in the project and that this is really going to take off, take less money, take enough to survive, and then put a percentage point. Give me 1%, 2%, whatever. I think that's the smarter thing to do.
I agree with all that. I just think there would be zero chance that Gene would ever allow that, because Gene and Paul, they knew this was going to be huge, and they're not giving that kind of money to them. They're just paid performers. Here's your flat fee. Enjoy it. And
I disagree, Tom. This is before it took off. This is before all the fucking, this is after Unplugged, and you saw the reaction. Okay.
Yep.
What are Gene and Paul doing? They're not making that much right now either.
No, I know.
Why not take a chance? And we're not talking about, I want 20% of the action. You say, I want percentage of t-shirts, of tour revenue, things like that. And then if we ever do albums or anything like that, as part of the package, I want a percentage of those. I'm not asking for money from Lick It Up or from anything else.
I get that. And I think you're making perfect sense. My argument is that I think Paul and Gene would have never done that. I don't think they would ever do that.
I think they would have done it because they had nothing. Why?
Okay.
1 or 2%. I'm not, again,
I know what you mean.
Stupid like Ace did now at the end. Give me 20%.
Yeah, give me $1
$2 million for
$1
fucking show up. Like, dude, if you're doing stupid shit like that, that's ridiculous. But
I
if
agree.
You come in and go, look, all four of us, I think we're going to make money, and it's going to be specific to this, because you can compare it to your previous ventures out on tour, like fucking Revenge and everything else. You guys weren't doing shit. So why wouldn't the fact that we're all together and the nostalgia about it, I want a percentage of that, and if we do great. If not, you're not paying me much. It's still a percentage. They still would have made a fucking killing.
I agree.
And then Peter and Ace and everybody else would have been happier. They're never like they were screwed.
They're never happy. They're never happy.
Not happy.
Well, yeah, of course, happier probably because their baseline is them being miserable fucks who like to start shit all the time.
Don't you think if they're seeing the money going fucking well and they're like, well, I'm getting paid more because it's doing so well, or like, no matter what I fucking do, I'm making $1 million. These motherfuckers are ripping it.
I agree.
So I think it would have been happier, healthier, and I think you could have convinced them, because at that time, no one knew this would be that good. It could have fallen flat on its face. How many times did fucking, I don't know, Backstreet Boys or fucking New Kids on the Block and shit, they've done comeback tours. Some have been better than others.
Yep.
But they could have fallen flat in their face. And a couple of those guys could have been like, hey, we're the only ones doing anything. Some of you fucking backbenchers aren't doing anything in the music industry. Why should you make the same?
No,
I just think they should get a percentage. And I think that would have been, if they did it from the start, everybody would have been happier.
I wish you
and then what you do is, after a while, they can renegotiate. I get 3%. I'd like to have 5%.
Right.
You know what? We're sticking at 3%. Go fuck yourself. That's when you can be like, you know what? We'll get Tommy in here.
I'm just my brain is just so like the way I think about the way Ace and Peter are, or especially at that time, I just feel like they're so impossible to deal with that
But don't you think that's because at that point they got a flat rate and it like you have no chance to get bigger or better?
Well, that's the thing.
It does better.
But that's the
why
thing.
They got more pissed off.
That's the thing. It's like chicken and the egg. Were they pains in the ass because they were given a flat fee, or were they given a flat fee because they were pains in the ass? You know what I'm saying?
I just think, now mind you, the flat fee they gave were way more than they were making before.
Yes.
It's one of those things. Hey, you were making $20,000 last year. I'm giving you $1 million. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Well, after a while, like I'm making $1 million, but you were making $2 million last year. Now you're making $40 million.
Agreed.
And you mean to tell me I can't take a little bit more?
I get it. I agree.
That's where it's at.
I agree.
I think everyone would have been happier. That's that's how I would have looked at it. And I don't think you're coming in greedy, asking for too much. If you I don't know what the percentage is, and someone goes, 2%, that means they don't. I don't know. I'm just saying, come up with a fair percentage. Nobody's getting I know there are 4 of them. Nobody's getting 25%. You 25.
Oh no, that was never happening.
But like a single digit percentage, I think that's worth it for all the profit they could get from the tour. And you would have to itemize tour revenue, new programs, stuff like you're not getting shit from the past.
The back catalog. No, it's all tour. It's all alive
anything
worldwide.
Gets re-released now,
correct,
and has my face on it, I'm getting a cut off of that.
Yep. Okay.
So that's how I would look at it.
All right,
Tom, where can people find us?
Well, first, I want to thank Joseph for his submission for question of the week and being a longtime fan supporter of the show. Joseph, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Good luck with all your hot sauce videos. They don't burn your fucking mouth apart, but thanks, buddy. And if people want to find us, always go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com, that you can find all of our episodes. Shout Out Loudcast, Dome Damage, Album Review Crew, Zeppelin Chronicles, everything's there. You can also find all of the links to our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, links to our Patreon, our Amazon merch, our Amazon shopping, links to all of our spectacular guests and all of their social media and websites, and of course, all the rankings that are involved. And we also like to say, I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, but I also want to say, our Shout Out Loudcast playlists on Spotify. So if you search for us on Spotify, click on our profile, not the podcast. So search for us and click on profile, and you'll see all of the playlists that we make that correspond to episodes like this. And we will have one for this Tommy Thayer episode if that's something that you want to listen to and check out. So please continue to do that. And also, if you want to be part of our question of the week, like Joseph was this week, please continue to send us messages to our email at shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Of course, you can also send us DMs for those as well. But we read one every week, and then we have our mailbag at the end of the year, so please keep those coming in. And we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
Yeah, Tom, people can DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're on Threads, TikTok, you name it, we're on it. So check out Tom's Spotify playlist, as he mentioned, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure you give us one of those 5-star child reviews. I believe we got a new one, but it's from the same guy that we read last time. He may have just been updating his reviews of our show. So this one review mentions newer episodes. And I think the last time we read one was one of his reviews, but I still don't know who it is. The name is familiar, and that is the guy known as Mr. Purple Sky.
Okay.
So please identify yourself so we can give you a shout out and say thank you for that. But anybody else, please go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, and give us a 5-star child review. And we appreciate those, and it helps us move up the food chain. So thank you for those. I'm going to repeat our website, which is shoutitoutloudcast.com. Shoutitoutloudcast.com. You can find everything there you want to think about a Shout Out Loudcast. Our Amazon store, our merch, our fucking rankings. This is where we have rankings for members. You can look at what we've done in the past. Comment there. Those comments stay on those pages, unlike in social media where they fade after time. You don't go back. You can't find them. But on the website, if you make comments, they stay there. So after that, Tom, what we do is we end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Of course I do. Well, of course I do.
And you know what it's like to be hurt by Tommy Thayer, and I hate that.
It's my move. The ground's shaking. This time, I'm going to knock you down. I'm coming through. No more waiting. I'm on the move at the speed of sound. bitch.
Oh, that's nice. What? I don't remember the bitch line being in there, but okay.
That's the Eazy-E remix.
I was born to the human race, living life feeling out of place. People said I was wasting my time looking to find my kind.
Nice.
The great Tommy Thayer, Kiss Army, Loudcasters, Tom, thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you for everything. Loudcasters, Patreons, Tommy Thayer Tards, Ace Cult, go F yourself. Zeus, as always, my friend. Thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie get Bobby Lupo?